On to question number 5. I think this is the last question. It says that for what value of x is the function undefined? The times when a function is undefined, there's like two times that you'll see over and over again. That's when you have a negative number underneath a square root. That's not going to apply in this question because there's no square roots. The other time is when you have a value of 0 in the denominator. That's the one we're looking at here because we have our fraction with the denominator. So this function is going to be undefined when the denominator equals 0. So we have here x minus 7 squared plus 6 times x minus 7 plus 9 equals 0. If I solve this equation, that will give me the value that x is not allowed to be, right? The value of x that makes this function undefined, which is also going to be the answer to the question. Now, I do see that x minus 7 is repeated here, and that means there is some sort of a shortcut. Instead of just multiplying, FOILing out the first term, I tried it both ways and I found it was quicker and easier if I don't even try the shortcut and if I just blow through all the steps that you would do in a regular algebra class. So let's go ahead and do it. And I want to show you one other thing. Whenever I square a binomial, I'm going to show you one other thing on the formula sheet because I think it's quite important. And that's going to be in the polynomial section right here. Perfect square trinomial. Here it is with a plus, and here it is with a minus. And one thing that I'm going to do, I think the one with the minus is the one we're going to be using in this problem. I have this memorized. When I have to factor a perfect square trinomial, I don't do like the reverse FOIL factoring. I just recognize it as something that follows this pattern where the first term is squared. The second term is also squared. And what happens in the middle are the two square roots of those terms, right? Multiplied together and doubled. It sounds like, why should I memorize this when I already know how to reverse FOIL? It gives me one extra thing I have to learn, and it's not that great of a shortcut. The answer is, it's a fantastic shortcut. I know it only feels like you're saving yourself like 10 seconds, but you're going to save yourself those 10 seconds a million times over, and that really adds up. So learn how to use these perfect square trinomials, and then you never have to FOIL out a binomial squared. And when you are factoring, you do it so much more easily. So let me show you what I mean here. All right, I have this x minus 7 squared. I'm going to take the first term and square it. Take the two terms, multiply them together and double it. So that would be 14x. And take the last term and square it. That would be a positive 49. That was a lot faster than FOILing and more accurate. I do recommend you try and do it that way. Excuse me. Now let's distribute that 6. Don't forget your plus 9. And now we just have to gather our like terms. Minus 14x plus 6x is going to be a minus 8x. Plus 49 minus 42 is going to be 7. 7 plus the 9 is going to be 16. And here I have another perfect square trinomial. I can tell I have a squared term in the front. This plus 16 is 4 squared. 4 times x is 4x doubled. 4x doubled is 8x. This is definitely going to work. It's going to be x minus 4 quantity squared. You always keep whatever that sign is just kept right there. 4x squared, x minus 4 quantity squared, and that tells me that x equals 4 because the value of 4 would make that equal to 0. And that's going to be my final answer. If you want to double check it, plug in 4 for these x's and make sure that you get a 0 in that denominator. It will work. 4 is your answer here. And we've completed the pretest.